someone brought this story up earlier, but like, oops, accidentally moved this.
Hello, internet. I don't really post much these days, but I had a bit of a harsh reality check today and felt like it's important to share with whoever is listening. So I'm sure most of us remember on, I think, the first day of Trump's presidency, he signed an executive order to declare only two genders recognized by the state, male and female, assigned at birth. And as a result of this, which I wrote down because I want to get it right, the Bureau of Consular Affairs has frozen passport applications requesting a gender marker change or renewals or new applications with a gender marker differing from an applicant's gender assigned at birth. So my initial reaction to this, because our president, is a lot of talk, was like, I'll believe it when I see
Also, not a birth at conception is fucking insane.
it. And today I saw it on my new passport mail. So now to specify, my gender markers were first changed in my teens
And I don't want to distract from the fact, I never would want to distract from the fact that this is very obviously, very clearly an attack on trans people. And to all the pieces of shit who are like, don't be such a baby, Trump's not going to do anything. It's like, let me guess, you're cis? It's just that trans people are an easy scapegoat for all of society's problems, even though we all know that it's fucking capital. That it's capital. But I said it earlier and I want to mention it again. I think it's very important to recognize that this is absurd. Even if you're a transphobic piece of shit, you should still think this is absurd because intersex people are real. There are intersex people who are born with an extra X or Y, or there are particular syndromes that occur where maybe your androgen is blocked, or X or Y or Z or whatever. There's a variety of intersex conditions that you can have that make it so that you can present fully and entirely as one perceived gender, despite the fact that your chromosomes are of this other gender, or that this can change over time, or that you can be somewhere in the middle and then you decide as an adult, which is, by the way, currently how we operate with intersex people. All of the hospitals that claim that that the conservatives will claim that do gender or change procedures or trans procedures on children, none of that shit is happening. What's happening is there are kids who are intersex who have some particular combination of chromosomes or have some particular syndrome or X or Y or Z. There's a variety of conditions you can have. And with intersex people, we generally say, well, you don't fit in the male box and you don't fit in the female box. So we think it's only fair that you decide what you're most comfortable living as. With people that are born cleanly in the male or female category. I mean, we all know gender and sex is sex is bimodal. Right. I want to see if I can find that chart. Yes, sex is bimodal, not binary. I'm trying to find the chart. Here we go. So it being binary means you're either male or female, but sex is not binary. It's just not. It's bimodal, which looks a little bit like this, which is that a lot of people will fall into male, a lot of people will fall into female, a lot of people will be cis and fall neatly into these categories. I mean, I'm a disgusting sissy. I was born female, present as female, and would like to continue presenting as a woman, right? That's good for me. But there's a lot of people who don't fall into these categories, and it's not a negligible amount. It's millions of people that are intersex. Ew, unfollow. There's a lot of people that are intersex. A lot of people that are intersex. And with people who are intersex, it seems weird to assign them, and it's actually very cruel and wrong to assign them a gender and force them to live their life like that. And when we do that, it has a lot of adverse reactions. So what we should do instead is recognize, oh, okay, this is not male. This person's not male or female. It looks like your child might be intersex. In the future, when they can decide for themselves what feels more comfortable for them to present as, we should let them present that way. So a lot of the hospitals that are performing transgender surgery changes, sex changes, It's nonsense and it's bullshit. It's mostly, or if not all, intersex kids who are recognizing that they are a man or a woman. And they're like, I think I can make this decision for myself now. Mass unfollow Denims for being cis on what is it called? On March 1st. Yes, please. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to be followed. Boy recently discovered he was intersex. He thought he had an extra testicle as a child, but it was actually ovaries that his parents didn't tell him about. Really? Is that true? You can't use logic with transphobes. I mean, they're not very smart people. Transphobes they're really stupid people. They're driven entirely, exclusively by instinct. And like, they just appeal to what they know. And they can't imagine, like, you have to imagine transphobes are the people that live in Plato's cave. That's them. They've never seen anything else, so they don't understand and can't even imagine what more could be like. And they don't want to believe that anything else exists. Here's Boy's video on it for chat. Ooh.
Horrible. That is amazing that you were that up. Like, I've been tired from drugs that it's like, I wanted to sleep, but I don't think I've ever visibly, like, slept in front of someone while they're talking.
I was sleeping in front of people.
Lexa received gender-affirming surgery.
And also, it was so bad that they had called the Poisons hotline, and I had no idea.
Family getaway where he learned he was born with an ovary, which was secretly removed, and the party that Alex threw in the meantime at their house.
Everyone. Thanks for coming back.
I want to skip ahead a little bit.
We've only been doing this for a month. This is our month anniversary today.
They ran a charity stream to support IDF troops.
Yeah. So, yeah, the actual crazy
shocking.
life admin.
And I'm going to fact check you as well after this. I've got some Googling to do, but tell your story.
You can do it. Well, you said your brother had it.
The different story.
Different thing. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
So this is actually a much longer story, but there's a habit whenever I go on a family trip, very late in life, my parents just start revealing things about me that I had no idea about. And it intermittently happens every couple of years.
This is white culture.
And I'm like, why the fuck didn't you guys tell me when I was like 4? Like, this is... So like 2 years ago, we did a similar thing and they told me I was an accident. And I was like, okay.
That's fine.
Whatever. I mean, that's not an issue.
Yeah.
It's just, it is weird to hear, but it's not consequential. It's like, it's not
I just presumed that my parents hate each other. There's no way they'd want to create a child.
Yeah.
You know? That makes no sense. But I was like, yeah, cool.
And then this time I found out I was a hermaphrodite. Well, there's a term for it. It's like quasi-hermaphrodite or something, but crazy. I had no idea.
That is you said earlier.
I had a uterus.
Uterus?
An ovary. I had an ovary.
Yeah, this is crazy. But also, you started this by saying I have no idea why my parents didn't tell me when I was 4. They told you that when you were 4.
Yeah, then I'd be able to make a choice.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. So what ended up? No, they didn't know until I was 13. But I didn't know the full story of it. So yeah, when I was 13, I felt something horrible in my testicles, like a real horrible pain. It hurt to walk. I went to the hospital and they were like, we think you have testicular torsion, where it's like your testicles like twisted
around each other.
And then so I've had really bad luck with the penis in my life, but it's like
boy period.
Ovary just dropped.
Period cramps.
Yeah, it wasn't period cramps. It was similar. No, it's not similar, but it's adjacent.
How do you know what they are, Alexa?
So they thought my testicles twisted over themselves, and that means that like it's incredibly painful, and the testicle dies off. And if you don't go to the hospital immediately, your body starts building antibodies to destroy the testicle that's twisted, and then
My
they'll just eat all the
God,
testicles that you have. So you lose your testicles in like a day, essentially. It's pretty crazy.
Your body's just like castration time as a tree.
So I came home and my testicles were sore, everything. I couldn't walk. My parents were like, okay, we'll sort it out tomorrow. So the next day we went to the hospital.
Fuck you. Takes away your balls.
And they did an ultrasound, very, very painful. And they kept swapping between doctors because no one really knew what was going on, because it wasn't a clear-cut case of testicular torsion, because they could still see some blood flow in the testicles. And they're just like, I don't understand. Like, I think there's been a constriction, but there's blood flow still there. I don't know what's happening. And they kept checking. It hurt like hell getting the ultrasound.
Going to doctors. Hey, everybody, look at this guy's balls. I don't know what's wrong with them. You can go somewhere else, though.
I don't know if you had an ultrasound before.
I've had an ultrasound on my testicles.
Yeah, on your testicles, they fucking grind that little machine on your balls. And it was crazy. And we had no idea what it was. So they were like, okay, we're going to put you on anesthetic, and total anesthetic, as they say. And then, yeah, cut your balls open, see what the issue is. We got to work it out. But
microplastics, okay. Some more microplastics, okay. Microplastics, okay. Yeah, it looks good.
I was at this hospital, and the anaesthetist last minute was like, I can't do this.
Too much pressure.
13. He turns 14 in a month, but I can't do it until you're 14 because you need a children's anaesthetist. Like he doesn't want to be liable. So they already had the fucking drip in me. We have to, and all the hospital vehicles were already out doing hospital stuff. So like, I told my mum, like, you need to drive to Hornsby Children's Hospital, drive for like 45 minutes. So I just had a drip in me in my mum's car and I was discharged, which is not allowed, but whatever. It's the best solution for this issue. And I went there and they cut my balls open and they discovered. So I knew that this had happened. I thought they just said, oh, there was some other appendage there that wasn't your balls that had twisted. And they cut it out and they stitched my balls so they would never twist ever. And that was it. And then, what is this? Like 15 years later.
And they were like, fuck you, twists anyways.
Oh yeah, it was an ovary. You had an ovary from birth. Your ovary was twisted and they cut it out.
I reckon your dad withheld this information from you on purpose. He was like, I don't want to confuse my son. He's an old Serbian. He was probably...
anyways. All right. TLDR on that. Like, there are a lot of intersex people. You've probably run into at least a couple of intersex people in your life, honestly. It's just that most intersex people, and this is like very wrong, and it is insane that doctors still do this. I mean, I think circumcision is crazy as a concept. Like, circumcising children is insane. Like, I stand by that, okay? I don't mean to be an intactivist, but that shit's crazy, man. If you want to be religious in your life as an adult, I'm sorry, go fucking take some drugs, knock the fuck out, and let them take away your foreskin. I don't think you should be getting your foreskin taken away when you can't make a fucking decision. Dude, you can't even fucking walk, and they take your foreskin, dude? Nah, man. That seems wrong. And if you like the aesthetics of it, you can go get that done later in life, but it feels fucked up that, like, you can't. As like a... Maybe I'm just weird, or maybe the people I've run into are weird, but most of the people I run into who have had circumcisions are like, I don't really care. So it's not like it's causing severe harm. It's more that, like, sometimes it does. And also, it's weird that we do that. We shouldn't do that because you can't undo that. So we should stop doing that. We should let people make decisions about their bodies, right? Moving on. A lot of intersex people who end up getting surgery done because their doctors see something that looks like it doesn't match what it's supposed to match, they just kind of perform surgery and say, okay, it's a boy, or they perform surgery and say, okay, it's a girl. And the impact that has on intersex people is really bad. And there have been a lot of intersex people who have had, surgery that they couldn't consent to and are confused there for a long time on why they don't feel like they fit cleanly into one box or another box. And they find out later that this happened. And it's really bad. It's really, really bad. And we should stop doing this. We should stop. Unless it is medically necessary, which can happen, we should stop. Yeah, don't forget doctors can just decide the sex on their own without consulting parents or anyone else. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And it's not good that we do that. And basically all of the children's hospitals that I've seen that perform gender-affirming care surgery, it's on intersex kids. It's stuff like the Boy Boy video that we saw, where, oh, your child is in extreme pain because he also has an ovary. We're going to perform this gender-affirming care, which is good. That's good to do that, actually. So moving on, all of that is to say, it is a crazy thing to just assign someone male or female and then just assume that that's fine, as if intersex people don't exist at all. Now, obviously, this is legislation promoted or pushed explicitly and only to hurt trans people, but it doesn't mean that it also doesn't hurt intersex people, which sucks.
I first got my driver's license and then passports following. All have been female since then. Hasn't really been a problem. However, last year when I was filming in Barcelona, our car got broken into and my bag got stolen, and inside of that was my passport, which was supposed to last me up until my 30s.
Yeah. Wait, where's the rest of it? I mean, probably Twitter doesn't let you upload the whole thing.
So I got an emergency passport, which was very simple at the time. It's basically just a copy of my old passport, but temporary and only supposed to be used within the year. So as soon as I got back to the States, I had to get this fixed and get it replaced with a real proper passport, which I went to the Federal Passport Agency today in LA and did. I've had to do this one time before. No part of the process was different. I filled everything out just like I normally would. I put female, and when it was picked up today and I opened it up, they had changed the marker to male. And I'm not making this post to fearmonger or to create like drama or receive consolation. I don't need it, but I do think it's worth posting to sort of note the reality of the situation and that it is actually happening. And I was shocked. Because I don't know. I just didn't think it was actually going to happen. And like, I want to acknowledge my privilege, like not only as a like famous or like celebrity trans woman who is white and thin and can adhere to like contemporary beauty standards, and I can participate in all of that, and I pass, and it still happened. And yeah, I never had my birth certificate changed, so this has led me to believe that I think the agencies who are in charge of passports and this sort of thing are now required to cross-reference birth certificates, or I don't know exactly what or what changed as far as the processing goes, but this is the first time, this has happened to me since I changed my gender marker. We're coming up on a decade now or something. And I do believe it is a direct result of the administration our country is currently operating under. And I guess I'm just sort of scared of the way this stuff like slowly gets implemented, you know, because things just sort of like start happening. I think as we've seen in like historical rises of fascism and this sort of, you know, everything that this new administration kind of represents. You know, there's a lot of talk, and then things start happening, and we get a...
It also, I'm sorry, I know I've already said it 100 times. It doesn't make any sense. Like, tell me how this is going to help people trying to get on, like, planes. This is just going to make more confusion for everybody involved. They're going to look at Hunter Schafer and be like, okay, step aside, ma'am. Step aside. Clearly, this is wrong, so let's figure it out. Why? I mean, I know why. The point is cruelty, but still.
To normalize the circumstances we're under, and I just feel like it's important to share that it's not just talk, that this is real, and it's happening, and no one, no matter their circumstance, no matter how wealthy or white or pretty or whatever, is excluded. This is real. I also want to say, I don't give a fuck that they put an M on my passport. It doesn't change really anything about me or my transness. However, it does make life a little harder. Personally, I haven't tested it out yet. I'll find out next week when I have to travel abroad for the first time with my new passport. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna come along with having to out myself to like Border Patrol agents and that whole gig much more often than I would like to or is really necessary. And this is just my personal circumstance, and thinking about other trans women who this might also be happening to, or other trans people, you know, the list only gets longer as far as the intricacies that come along with the difficulty that this brings into like real life shit. This is getting very long, but I just want to say, trans people are beautiful. We are never going to stop existing. I'm never going to stop being trans. A letter and a passport can't change that, and fuck this administration. And I don't really have an answer on what to do about this, but I feel it was important to share. This is real. So, yeah, fuck.
And like her experience is going to be that airlines are just going to be more annoying, right? That her life will get more difficult, but she recognizes, I'm wealthy, I'm very famous, I'm passing, I'm thin, white. My life will get more annoying, but it'll be manageable. Think of all the people who don't have those same privileges, how hard their life will get, or rather how much harder their life will get. She's in a far more privilege than most trans people. Yeah. Which is, again, not to say that her life isn't been made more difficult, but like she recognizes I have all these different privileges that other people don't have. And it's just, but they choose to be trans and make their life more different and difficult. Look, man, there's only one person choosing to do something here, and it's you being annoying, which violates rule number 1 and my only rule in chat, okay? Don't be a dumbass on purpose in my chat. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yes, I'm going to choose to undergo multiple expensive procedures, alienate all of my friends and family, lose my job, make my life more difficult in every way conceivably known, because I want to. What the fuck? Like, how dumb do you have to be? Just a little bit of common sense, you fucking idiot, dude. Oh my god. Just think about it. Just think about it for a second, man. Christ. It's so insane. So crazy to me. Oh my god. I don't understand. I don't get transphobes. I don't get them. Wait for chatter to just admit they're a coward and live life based on what others think of them. I know. What a sad way to live. I may be a dumbass on accident, but at least I love all the trans people in chat. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, did we not go over this with like gay people choosing to be gay? Did we not do this for the past few decades? Did we not come to a consensus on this already? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. Also, these are the same people who call being transgender a mental illness. Like, is it a choice or is it an illness? Yeah. Yep. Oh, Mayor Cat. Hi, Mayor Cat. Hi. He's being so good.